There are many examples of careers well suited to each type of Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences, but I will go through and give you a few examples for each. I will start here and then go left to right. So I will start here with the spatial type of intelligence. Now, the spatial type of intelligence involves being able to visualize the world in 3D. So, careers that are well suited to this type of intelligence include any kind of artistic career. So, any type of artist could be a sculptor, a photographer, a painter, you name it. Artists generally have this type of intelligence. But it could also be somebody like an architect or an engineer or a carpenter or a mechanic, to name a few more examples of this type of intelligence. Next is the naturalist intelligence. This involves understanding living things and reading nature. So, examples of careers that are well suited to this type of intelligence, maybe it could be a wildlife biologist, or how about a park ranger, a camp counselor, maybe a nature photographer or a botanist, an outdoor recreation instructor, or someone who works with animals like a veterinarian. Next, we'll talk about the musical intelligence. So, these are people who excel at anything to do with music. So, they might be a professional musician or a singer, or they could be a music producer. Maybe they write song lyrics, or maybe a DJ. Next is the bodily kinesthetic type of intelligence. So, this involves coordinating your mind with your body. People with this type of intelligence, they might be a professional athlete or a dancer, they could be a personal trainer. But also, this type of intelligence involves the sense of touch and understanding of the body. So, careers well suited to this type of intelligence could include something like a physical therapist, or a massage therapist, or an occupational therapist. Now we'll talk about the linguistic intelligence. So, this type of intelligence involves finding the right words to express what you mean. People with this type of intelligence, they usually have a natural ability for languages, both spoken and the written word. So, it could be someone who speaks many languages. So, careers well suited to this type of intelligence could be a translator, or, of course, being an English teacher, a writer, a journalist, or maybe a politician because they give speeches all the time. Those are a few examples. Next, let's talk about intrapersonal intelligence. First, just take a look at this prefix intra, and that prefix means within. So, this type of intelligence means that people have a deep understanding of themselves. So, careers well suited to this type of intelligence uh, include jobs that you need to be good at introspection or meditation. So, for example, it could be someone choosing to go into a religious vocation and become a priest or a rabbi, a monk, maybe a philosopher or a philosophy professor. A psychologist actually would be good to have this type of intelligence, or a therapist. Those are all careers that involve deep self understanding. Next, we'll talk about the interpersonal intelligence. So, this prefix here, inter, that means between. So, referring to between people. So, this type of intelligence means that people are good at relationships. They get along well with others and they enjoy being around people. So, careers well suited to this type of intelligence include teaching. Teaching is hugely based on relationships. Or it could be something like going into sales. Anything to do with psychology most likely involves this type of intelligence. Or it could be something like being a party planner or a wedding planner, as a few examples. And then lastly, Let's discuss the logical mathematical type of intelligence, which involves quantifying things, making hypotheses, and proving them. So, of course, careers well suited to this type of intelligence will include anything involving math, such as maybe being an accountant or an engineer, but also careers that require logic, something like being a lawyer. You know, lawyers are trained to see both sides of every issue, and it's a field that requires a lot of logic. Or maybe being a scientist. So now just remember, these are just a few examples that I'm giving, and there are so many more examples of careers well suited to these type of intelligences, but hopefully you get the idea, and I'm going to end it here.